Well, I'm back at the Humber, fishing away, or trying to fish. But this is low water. It's 2 o'clock on Wednesday the 18th of November. And that's low water. So I've got to wait until that water comes in a bit, because I don't like dragging my stuff through the mud, because I like to keep my stuff clean. But yeah, there's the river. It's a bit windier than what they said it was going to be, but at least the wind's blowing from behind. And yeah, we're at River Humber because the cod are in. So that's what I'm doing. I'm at the Humber. Now, I'm fishing today, and I got me mate with me. He's a carp fisherman, and his name is Steve. Hello, Steve.
Hiya. Nice to meet you.
And we're obviously waiting for the water to come up, so we're now having a bit of a cook-up.
Some hot dogs.
So we've got sizzling bangers and brioche hot dog rolls with mustard and ketchup, but no onions, because someone forgot the onions, didn't he? Yeah. Who could that be? It was the onion seller. Yeah, forgot the onions, but never mind. So we're having a bit of a fill, and then we're rods. I'm jumping over the side in a minute when this water comes up, and I'm trying out this the Dover Sea Rod. Now, I've had it a while. I don't know whether it's going to be any good, because I've only chucked it about in the garden, but we're going to see. And it just saves me getting my other rod over the side and getting it marked and damaged. So that's what I'm going to do. Steve is using his Shakespeare Hurricane Beach Caster. It's just a sea rod he has got. He don't come sea fishing very often. The last time was about 15 years ago with me. But Steve's a dedicated carp fisherman, lager drinker, and beef stroganoff eater. But you can do all those things when you're carp fishing, but you struggle a bit. It's hot dogs at the river for sea fishermen. But yeah, we're come out for a bit of company, because you're allowed to have an extra person fishing with you from my bubble, and we're 2 meters apart. So anyhow, this is just the intro. Expect you're fed up listening to me already, and but some of you might not be. So yeah, next time you'll see me, it will be over the side, and we'll be using one tripod with 2 rods, 1 each. Hopefully finding those codling. Bait today is going to be squid, black lug frozen, black lug oiled, crab, and prawns, because as you know, I caught that 60 centimetre codling the other day, and caught that on prawns, and not on any fancy rigs either. If them fish are out there, they'll go on them hooks if they're hungry, won't they? So anyway, next time you see me, I'll be down the bottom there fishing away like a good fisherman. Or is it fisher person? I don't know. I think it's a fisherman.
It's fisher couple.
Yeah, could, like Steve says, could be fisher couple. So see, he's shaking that he's shaking that propane can like bloody Graham Pullen, isn't he? Getting another month's worth of gas out of it.
Not quite that bad.
Well, we've had the hot dogs, but I've got one more, because I'm having the last 2 sausages, because they're absolutely scrummy. Look at this. Look at that. I'm looking forward to that. They're caramelised onion sausages from Aldi's. They're absolutely stupendous. So I'm now going to eat that, and then we're going to get the gear over and get set up to fish, because the tide's coming in. this is the calm before the storm, this is. Although it does feel like we're fishing in a storm at the minute, but we aren't fishing yet because the water's only there. No point chucking out yet, because if we catch something, you can't return it, can you? And there's no point letting the fish suffer, so just wait a few more minutes and then we'll be fishing over the side. And it's cod all the way today, so I'm hoping that this windsock that's on this GoPro is actually deadening the wind, because from what I watched on YouTube, it's quite a good piece of device. Are you feeling optimistic then, Steve, today?
Extremely.
Yeah, good.
We're going to catch without a doubt.
Yeah, we are.
Got the best tutor in the land.
I don't know about that. Just got to be, you just got to be stubborn, and you just got to keep going.
You're certainly stubborn.
Yeah. So, yeah, not in my favourite bay, but it don't matter. All bays are good bays if you can get in one. I keep watching me rod tips over the other side and Steve's rod, because you're all, as a fisherman, you're always looking at your rod tips, aren't you? And they aren't even in the water, but we still keep looking at them and then realise that we're looking at nothing. And yeah, feel a bit of a plonker really, but that's what we're here for, to watch them rod tips. So anyhow, I shall be back in a bit. When we're over the side, I should take this camera and we'll see what happened. Rod that I'm using, Dover Sea Rod it's called, is when I cast it out with it, when I let go with my finger, the rod was still bent, so it's certainly an old-fashioned fiberglass rod. I think it used to be possibly a pear rod or something like that. It's probably only 10 foot long, but it's a nice rod. We're using it down there, see what it's like.
Quite eerie down here compared to up there.
Yeah,
it's so much quieter.
Well, that's like when I come down here. When I come down here on my own, you're like always walking up to the top checking your van, because you can't hear them. And then you'll hear a cyclist go past, or someone on a you get lads coming down here on motorbikes, no helmets on, having fun, you know.
Yeah.
And they aren't interested in us.
Yeah.
But I'm up and down, and you get so hot. That's why I leave my rod there, so I can actually see, because I always have a tripod out there. Just in case someone come along and says, can I share the bay?
Really?
Yeah.
People asking to share the bay?
It's only happened once, but they were desperate to fish.
I suppose there is room for two, isn't there?
There is room for two. It all depends what the tide's like. If the tide's ripping through, yeah, then it's what you could do it, but it's one rod each. You know, it's hard. Well, I would think it was hard. I would have thought it would be hard.
And of course, it depends what they're like.
You've got a side button on that torch as well, so that if you turn it on with the side button, you can then just put your hand in front of it and it'll come on automatically. Yeah, good. Now what you got? See? Off. What? Yeah, off. Right, so.
I quite good that.
It is until you start doing something, you go like that and it goes off and you're like, what? I don't think they're a bad light. They're quite bright as well. They only cost a tenner.
These off eBay?
Well, they're Tronics Pro ones. They're a proper brand, but they're only a tenner. They're ever so cheap. And I started off with that. And I use them, and then I go onto this, and then if it runs out, I go back onto that. There is nothing.
That's unbelievable.
That's a 10 or 12 mile an hour wind, that.
down to nothing.
And you should see the sun, that sun's still over there, set. Bloody brilliant.
Perfect condition.
Told you always.
But are we going to catch one?
Of course we are. We've got to. Right, well, I'm going to bring you back in a bit. This is a totally different animal to cast than my other rods.
I could tell.
There, you can see that I cast that
so
straight out then,
see,
and it's gone to the left. And
do you normally catch 4 foot from the bank?
I was going further than that, but it ain't going to be in a minute, is it? I'm going to have to reel that in, innit? Steve's got a dab. Has he swallowed it? Stick that in the bucket for a minute. We've got plenty of spinners in there like that, it's alright. Got a reel mine in, Steve. Do you want me to take that out? Or do you want to?
Do you want me to reel yours in? Do you want to sort it or do you want me to?
I'll go through the gills. Do you want to do that or?
Oh, they just took it out, it's chopped. Do you want me to reel this in?
Well, you can get it out if you want, Steve.
Tell me what you want to do.
we've gone the right way. Here's the hook. And you get hold of the hook. Tightly. No, you just get hold of the hook. Push it back out. And it's done, and then we can just stick it back in there for a second to get a breather, and there's no harm done to it.
Oh, fresh.
And then, I think you can do that with all fish. You can get this baited up nicely.
Yeah, it took me a while to learn to do that, but
Old Fishu channel, he teaches people how to do it, and that's where I learnt it. But I could never do it because I always panicked. But as soon as I got a bucket of water and I could stop and let it have a breather all the time, because if you go through the wrong gill, so then you have to start again from the underside.
a bit of squid, really.
Put on what you want. Give it a show to the camera for you.
As well.
I've got one. Hey.
Tonight is your night.
And it's hooked it perfect as well. Yeah. Caught a dab. So Steve's is bigger. But I'll get this unhooked and we'll give you a show.
Nice one. Their eyes look, they're not where they should.
Well, they start off with like a normal fish, don't they?
Yeah.
And then it migrates round.
Right, I'll whack this out. And then we'll have a look at it, eh?
Yeah, throw it to the right, as far as you...
Thought you want me to go to the left, don't you?
No, because if you go to the left, you'll be reeling it in within 2 minutes. You chop to the right, and then I'll go to the right of you. And then we'll be alright. Oh, I'm chuffed for that, Steve, with no flank.
Well,
Is that the first time we've ever caught a fish together?
yeah. First time I've ever caught a fish.
That's alright, let's just see if we can get it out of the rocks. I saw yours coming in with its white belly, and I thought that's a good size. I never see, you don't see the bite with them dabs sometimes, do you? Yeah. So you can see where my line is, just cast towards it. White light over there on the far bank, I'm out towards that. That's a nice. That rod seemed to cast alright, didn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I didn't worry about it. I looked it up actually. I can't even remember. Somebody gave me it, a kind of live it was a rip from Stumper. If I did look them up, they're only about 30, 35 quid brand new, so obviously
Right.
top quality.
Stick to the bottom, plus your stick. Right, there we go, look. 2 little dabs on each cast, so not bad. Tip your tail end up a bit more so they can see it like that.
Good start.
Yep. So we'll get these back, no blank today.
Oh, well done. Look at them birds.
That's alright, isn't it? That's the blank over. Pressure's off now.
Like shelling shellfish.
Oh, yeah, so that's 2 small dabs. I don't know what time it is, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Tide's coming in. It's over the rocks now, so probably got another half hour down there, and then we'll be freshly casting out again, and then taking the rods up the top so they're still fishing while I set my other rods up and change other rods. That fiberglass rod now is quite good. You always think when you use old stuff that it's crap when you start using it, because like my Intrepid surf cast reels that I used at Hillston, they're like old farm machinery, but after about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour of reeling in with them, they feel alright. You get used to them. And it's the same with that rod. I just cast that Dover Sea rod out then, and it went out nice. My finger let go at the right time with the rod. Yeah, we aren't casting a million miles, but I actually casted the rod and it felt nice. So everything's on the up, no blank today. That tide has literally come whoosh in, because the both our fishing lines, I was holding bottom and they're both literally swung round together. Right, come here, my boy. Get you in there. Right. Come here. I've got another dab and a whiting. I'll just quickly bait up and I'll show you it. Steve, you need to pull yours in. You need to get yours in.
Bring it in.
Yeah, it needs bringing in, otherwise, or do you want me to bring it in?
You do it. Has it got Moby on it?
No, it's just gone right to the left.
No fish.
I don't have, no, I don't think so.
You got me excited then. No?
You need to just chuck it out. I've got two.
Got two fish. Yeah?
Yeah.
Got another?
Yeah. I can't see this here. This tide is just suddenly started up, Steve. I casted this line here, over there, literally at that angle. So when we were up there, it'd be in front. And look, it's coming right round. Yeah, look. We've got a whiting, look. Yeah, look. Nice little whiting. Oh, bugger, bugger.
Oh, that's it. Kill it.
Right, so I'll go chuck him back. And
What else we got?
dab. As a matter of fact, that's a flounder. That's a flounder. Because you can't see through it, look. It's solid.
Yeah, it's solid.
It's flounder. There you go, I've caught a flounder. Look at that, little tiny baby flounder. So we'll get him back. Right, so that's a flounder and a whiting. Only a pin whiting, but it's still a whiting. So that's now 3 fish, four fish we've had. Isn't it, Steve?
Yeah.
It's four fish, yeah. 2 dabs, 1 flounder and a whiting. And I've got a wet boob. I can't believe that. You see this? Pulled this right round, hasn't it?
But it's certainly changed from when we first started.
I bought these boots from the tackle shop, you know, and they're only 30 quid, 40 quid, and they've been absolutely brilliant. They're good for keeping your feet warm, but obviously not good for going in water now.
30, 40 quid. They shouldn't. How long have you had them?
Well, 17 years.
Oh right, I thought he was going to say 3 or 4 years, not 17.
Yeah, but I ain't used it for I ain't used it for 17 years.
They've probably perished.
Yeah, probably.
Plus that, pretty soon.
Well, I would say we've probably got another 5-10 minutes down there and probably start moving some stuff up and set a stall out to fish up top. But the next next time you probably see me will be up the top, unless Steve's got a bite on this rod. Well, that might be the only bite you get if it's a flatfish, Steve. Was there a gust of wind?
Several.
Right, what I'll do is I shall be back in a bit when we're up top, I reckon, and we'll probably you'll see me back up top. I'm not thinking and deliberating. See you in a bit. It good gives away for the camera then, Steve, because they're all see you later.
No, I don't think so now. Oh, what are we up? Nah, it's weird.
Yeah, you got caught. All that bladderwrack comes up, you see, in the water, because it's about 2 foot tall.
We've got time for one more cast.
Yeah, can do. I'm gonna have to move this tripod back.
I'll just whack it out.
Yeah, but it can change, Steve. What you got?
I thought I'd cross, but I haven't. I'm well off.
Camera's on.
Sorry?
Camera's on.
Off or on?
On. they're holding, aren't they?
Yeah. They weren't down the bottom. Is that because we've got more height, do you reckon?
I don't know.
Or the tide's just not as vicious?
Yeah, but it'll just slow down again, mightn't it? I think it comes in spits and spats. Start, you know, spits and whatever it's saying.
Is this the big guns coming out now?
Yeah, this is the river rods. The hands are a bit polished. Steve, hold that. That's the first time that's ever happened. My hands are like, got like talcum powder or something, you know.
We don't want to know that. Bit of a mess up here, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Looks a bit of a chaotic scene up here.
It does at the minute, yeah. It'll be alright a bit there. Yeah.
I don't know where you got it from. I do like that wheel.
Well, that silver one.
Yeah, it's nice.
You'll feel these ones, these are even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a good drag on it though.
Yeah, ever so quick to on and off into.
Yeah.
This reel, I guess you can see it. Yeah. This reel is one of these Chinese things. It costs £17. If you're starting out and you want a reel just to get yourself going till you decide you like it, fishing that is, yeah, it's not a bad reel. It's all right. It's a lot smoother when you first get it than it becomes after use. But it's had quite a lot of hard use in this river against a high tide. So, but yeah, 17 quid, you can't go wrong, can you? But then you could put 17 quid towards a couple of pen spin fishers, couldn't you? And then you wouldn't ever have to buy another reel again, because they are brilliant. So you pays your money, you takes your choice. But yeah, if you want to start out, it's not a bad reel. It's got a fast retrieve on it. And this is the 7000, I think. No, it's the 8000. So it's not the biggest one, but there you go. But the rod, as wobbly as it is, has caught 3 fish. So it's a good rod, isn't it, Steve?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's like a bloody rod. But yeah.
I'm not that old. Not compared to 17 years. I'm about 3 years
Yeah,
old.
but there was a there it is. Bloody hell, look.
Oh, how could you miss that?
Do you think
Jesus
I can
Christ.
find? Well, can I fix that? Can I put a bicycle patch on it?
Did you know that?
Because I want to.
That would actually work.
I want to be like my hero, Graham.
Why did he?
He
did
fixes
win?
everything,
I
doesn't he?
thought you was going to say he won the Tour de France.
He'd fix that with Araldite. Just like your dad would do in the 70s.
Yeah.
Get the Araldite,
Come here, son.
get a matchstick.
Hey, he'd tell you to put your boot on and fix it, and you won't be able to take your boot off.
Yeah.
Include it to your foot.
And you'd say, but it's money, I've got to go to school. And he'd click round the end and says, gear on.
One skull shoe, one boot. Yeah, I think you might find a problem.
It's a bit big, isn't it?
Jesus
That's
Christ.
why it got wet, innit?
I think mine's a pinhole, not like that. Jesus.
Well, I've had them a long while. It's where they crease, innit?
Listen, viewers, chip in and get Verns some new wellies, for God's sake.
I don't know. I might sew it
Sew it.
and then put silicone on both sides. That'll be alright as long as they don't go in the water, won't they? Keep your feet warm.
You've got wellies on, they'll be alright as long as they don't go in the water. You
Yeah.
might as well have flip flops.
Oh, if I talk too much, I'll cough. Well, at least I found it, haven't I?
I don't know, you missed
The
it.
trouble is, to buy new boots, you've got to try them on, haven't you? You can't just buy them online because,
Of course you can. What size are you? 8?
yeah,
I'll just order a size 8 then.
well, that'll be alright, will it?
Of course it
Depends if they're made in China, because China's 8s are like a 6, aren't they? Well, they are, aren't they? Yeah. I'm quite surprised I saw that, you know, in the dark.
I'm quite surprised you missed it. It's humongous.
Yeah. I said to you, my foot got wet, didn't I?
I've got a kit you can do it.
Yeah. I've got some patches for the waterbed. Could probably use that.
Oh my God. He's got a waterbed.
I have, yeah.
Well, leave it there with the waterbed. Still got.
Yeah, of course I have. I'm not ever having to buy another bed. I've had to buy another mattress because Karen was cleaning it and shoving her hand down to clean it, and she had diamond rings on, and she must have put about 8 holes in the bed. So we had to well, I put patches on all of them, proper patches for a waterbed. But then, because we stopped putting the stuff on to keep the cap and everything alright, the cap split and round the edge split. So the bloody bed filled up with water, didn't it?
It's a waterbed. What do you mean it's filled up with water?
Well, because it's in a bag to protect you. The mattress is
there's
in
an outer bit.
yeah,
Right,
there's an outer
yeah.
bit which is like a tank, and it sits in that, and it all filled up, but it weren't running anywhere. But Karen had been doing the bed, and every time she moved it, it was coming out the side and going down all on the carpet. And when she walked round the bed, her feet got wet, and she screamed, and I come running up, and there's bloody water all over because she's been doing this. And we then slept downstairs for ages, got the water out, then we had to borrow a hoover to suck it all up off our carpet, then we had to lift the carpet up, then we had to dry the floor.
Right, on a serious note, Vernon.
Yeah.
Listen, your viewers are all listening.
Yeah.
What are the benefits over a normal bed to a waterbed?
Well, waterbed, it's warm because it's heated, and you can put it to any temperature you want, so you can have it 32 degrees and you can be sweltering, so you're never cold. You don't get backache. Backaches just disappear, because my missus used to have a right bad back. And if you have a bit of the other, you know, like you aren't 52 and past it, can be quite it can be quite comical.
Right.
Plus you can clean it.
All right. That.
Not after the other.
Oh God,
But
Stu.
what you can
Tom,
no.
You better be cutting this out.
What you can do is you can clean it, because obviously you shed skin and everyone sheds skin, and you just take everything off and you get a tack cloth that you use for body work, and you rub it all over.
Body work.
You know, on body work to get dust off before you spray it. So you get. No, it's the best way. Get a tack cloth.
Right.
And you rub it all over, and it cleans it perfectly. And then you can give it over if you want, but there's no need. And then you just condition it, and then it's done. It's all clean. Whereas your mattress just gets, you can't get that skin out, can you? It's there forever.
It is, yeah.
Yes.
Weird, actually.
So the waterbed is a lot cleaner if you clean it. Obviously, if you're a stinky and you don't ever clean it from the time that you've bought the waterbed, it's going to be a bit rancid. But obviously, you don't do that. So you clean it, and then you have to condition it.
How do you mean condition it?
Well, you gear spray so that the PVC stays supple. That's what we didn't do when that broke and then leaked.
Right.
And then you have to put conditioner in the water so the water don't go rank. And you have to burp it. Because it gets air in, you see. So you can hit it. Yeah, now you can hit it. You can hit the waterbed and there's all air bubbles in it. And then, if you've got loads of air bubbles in it, and you're having a bit of the other,
I'm going to have a can of gas
it wakes
there.
everyone up in the house.
I bet it does. Oh
But
my
that's a two-person job.
Oh
Well,
God.
them rods moved.
I don't know, I've been laughing at you.
So what you want is waterbed, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But you catch more in your water then.
No, because I've caught 3 tonight, mate. How many you caught?
Only the one.
That was the biggest one, though.
Not about the biggest.
Is that a passenger boat?
But what time is it? I know.
Well, it's coming up to 8 o'clock, isn't it?
At 8 o'clock, I've been on that ferry many a time over to Amsterdam. About this stage, I've been on about my 5th pint of Beck's, because you're allowed on it early.
Yeah.
And it's a bingo and disco night. Head down, rough as our tits in the morning. And then your little trip to Amsterdam. I'll tell you what though, Vern.
What?
Spot on, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do specials, especially in winter when people don't really want to travel. You get like £69. That's just for your basic there and that, and your transport in Transtown. But I think it's £22 per person, so it ain't cheap for all-inclusive buffet on these, and that is spot on.
Yeah.
Food is fantastic. But then again, if they're doing cruises, they can't just put a load of crap on for Hull to Amsterdam because it reflects on the rest of the cruises. Yeah, mocked herring, have you ever had that?
Yeah, my mum used to eat it. She used to buy it in the jar and eat it out of the jar straight away.
I would dream of eating that.
Yeah.
But I've tried that, it was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mum used to sit there with the jar and eat it like pickled onions.
Casino. It's just a good atmosphere, everyone's out for a good time. I've been themed ones as well.
Well, when I get my blue passport, I might do it myself once COVID's gone.
I want to go carp fishing in Poland.
Poland?
I like Poland.
It's a long way to go.
Oh, not like that.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah. Just getting old, Steve.
So.
Do you remember that time we were at Hut Off and it was snowing and we just give up? We didn't give up. Rods right, weren't they? We got in the car, didn't we? The heater on. couldn't see the rods, could we? Because the snow was.
Warm yourself up a bit. I've done some mental things. This isn't bad though, is it? All honesty.
Nah.
Hasn't been really cold, was it?
No.
Bit wet now, again, but.
Well, if you got a hole in your
And
boot.
we're caught.
Yeah, we're caught. No blanks today. But like you say, when you catch at the beginning, you start thinking, oh, there's quite a few out there, don't you? And then it's just...
How it dies off just like that, I don't know. We've only gone up to the bay, haven't we? We haven't done anything different.
No. Perhaps it's because I put the Dover rod away.
That could be it.
Yeah.
That could be it, man.
No moon either, is there?
No.
And there was no moon. There was no moon last Friday either.
Pitch black.
You have something to blame, ain't you? Perhaps it's because there's no moon.
Definitely. Don't blame it on the sunshine.
That tapping you can hear is Steve cooking the chicken, because we've got chicken now.
Freshly caught.
Freshly caught.
But with it being Irringham next to the chemical docks, they have 7 legs or 3.
That's right. I haven't even turned that on, have I? That might be better. Mind you, that'll still pick up that out there, won't it? You'll have to edit that bit out, Tom.
Not about the chickens though.
No, not the chickens, me saying the light went on.
KFC, eat your heart out. Oh yes. Oh yes, Vern.
God, they smell nice. Are they charry?
I'm making them, Charlie.
Good.
Don't you worry.
I like charry. It's 9:15. So it's an hour and a quarter after high tide now, and it's not happening.
On the
So
plus
if we'd
side,
yeah. Yeah.
we've got a bottle of wine, and we're gonna go back to yours and drink that.
Christ, I wouldn't be up in the morning. If we'd not caught anything for a while, and then we had the 4 fish, we'd be like, it's role reversal, isn't it? We've had the catch, and then there's a huge period of time of blank. I'm still gonna have a couple of cans of lager when I get up. Yeah, that sounds and smells lovely.
That smells like somebody ain't got to drive out. I'll bring you in my van next time.
I think it's chilly around the back of the van than the side of the van, mate.
I'm just cleaning your van.
All right. Has it got chicken juice on it?
I'm not sure whether it's chicken juice or...
Right, I'm going to reel this rod in first. This right-hand rod. Don't think there's anything on it, but the tide is whipping out on this side of the bay, and I'm going to be dragging the line across, and that's going to be going in all the weeds. So let's get this one in first. There's something on this.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Turn the chickens out.
We've got 2 whiting. Good size whiting as well. Right, let's get them.
Bloody hell there.
Get these
Yeah.
Right, we'll get this one straight back in. A nice whiting. See that, all nice and silvery. Let's get him back. There's the other one. Good sized fish, that, Steve, isn't it?
Nice.
Nice whiting.
Very nice.
Ah. Yeah, let's get him back. They don't like being out long. They look like they've gone back all right. They were. First one went straight away. That one lingered a bit, but he's gone now. But he was swimming all right in the bucket. Well, excuse me. I could cast that again, but I'm bloody knackered. My hip hurts. It's getting chilly. We've got 2 more whiting, so that's now 6 fish. So yeah, it's been good, hasn't it? They're probably the 2 biggest whiting I've caught up to now. The only problem is when it's windy like this, it's hard to tell the bite. I didn't know they were on there, to be honest. It's only because I've got sharp hooks and well prepared bait that they were on there. But there, when it's windy like this and your rod's banging around and moving about, it's hard to tell, isn't it? So yeah, this is the same rig that I've been using. This is the same rig that I caught the ray at Hompton on. It's a 1 up, 1 down. And I keep sharpening the hooks. And it keeps going. So yeah, this has probably been my most successful rig this year. Is a 1 up, 1 down flapper rig, basically. It would have been nice to see that I got the bite and actually reeled it in, but you don't always get that luxury, do you? And with the amount of blanks I've had over the months and prolonged non-catch and fishing sessions, it's nice to actually catch.
On the plus side,
Oh, we got some chicken. I'm going to let that chill out and wash my hands first, Steve, so that I don't burn my fingers. Right, where's that thing there? See them cars going down there, Steve?
yeah,
Wouldn't surprise me if they're going down to the Yellow Cross or somewhere to fish down to low water.
really?
Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
But there was a
So
chap.
they know something we don't know.
Yeah, there was a chap that come past me and told me that it fishes, you catch more as the tide's going down
Really?
to low. Yeah, and he even said at one mark it's better to fish. What was it? An hour down and 2 or 3 hours up.
Right.
Yeah. Anyhow, I shall be back in a bit. When I've ate my chicken, and then I shall reel the one due. I might have to reel them rods in now. Gonna have to reel that rod in, Steve, I think. Is it nice?
Yeah.
Got another whiting. Just unhook it, Steve, and chuck it straight in so it's got a chance. There, look, got my light. Just do the fish first, mate. Whiting. Another whiting. I'm right about that ladder, wasn't it? So the fish will come on as the tides come down, isn't it? It's just hard to tell, isn't it? Do you know what? I couldn't even get my legs that far apart over that.
Jesus Christ. The bungee fell off.
That was another whiting. My weight got hooked up on the side of the riverbank, so Steve jumped over and unhooked it and threw it back, because you need to get him back as quick as you can. What are you after?
Wet wipes.
And yeah, we've got one more rod to get in. Do you want me to reel it in, Steve?
Yeah, you better bring it. Look, the chicken.
Right, we're going to reel in Steve's rod now.
I thought that was my rod.
No, that was mine.
Was it? The hell are you joking? You sure?
Yeah, this is yours.
There'll be two on that.
It might be.
Let's have a look. Make sure you're not cheating me.
It must be at home. bait still on, they say, so we were still fishing, weren't we?
Yeah, nothing on there. Right. So that's all right. You got it? Yeah. Well, I ain't budged. Can't even carry it up. You bait banded it up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll sort that out when I have your chicken.
You're eating your chicken? I don't blame you. Whoops over there underneath the seat, look. So yeah, that's it. Bay 26 River Humber. It's been a good session. We had 4 fish over the side. We had 2 dabs, a pin whiting and a flounder. And then we come up there and there was a long spell of doing nothing. And then as the tide's gone down, as I normally predict, but we didn't see the bites because it's been windy and the rods have been bouncing. We had 3 whiting on my blue river rods. So yeah, they were good size whiting. The one that you didn't see was the smaller of the 3. But yeah, nice fish. They've all gone back. I've checked loads of times and they've all swam off, so they're not floaters, dead floaters anyhow. So yeah, thanks for watching. I've gone through all that stuff, haven't I? But yeah, please subscribe, leave a comment and ring a bell and share my videos. And for God's sake, don't unsubscribe, it does me head in. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for being on the fishing trip, and see me in the next one. See you later. What'd you say, Steve?
Ciao for now.
Ciao for now. We got chicken, look.
Catch you later.
Lovely chicken in soy sauce and pepper. So see you later.
Oh yes. Oh yes, Vern.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.